Tricky Brandy here from sunny London. You're watching RV Weekends on YouTube.
Hello everybody on YouTube, this is Robert with RC1 Mobile RV Services here, and I'm going to do a demonstration. I'm going to show you what happened to my RV that I live in full-time. As I semi-annually clean my roof, I started noticing about a year and a half ago soft spots around my air conditioner. I've been monitoring it and getting worse, gradually getting worse, and then I realized about it 6 months, 8 months ago, 9 months ago, I said I'm gonna have to do it in the winter time, so when it's nice and cool out. So today is the day, and this is the ceiling where my air conditioner is located, right in the center of the RV.
First thing I need to do is take these filter covers off and then remove the filters to expose the screws so I can take off the cover. Once the filters are out of the way, you can see these screws right here. There's 4 of them. Take those screws out and that plastic cover will drop down. Then you'll be exposed to the plenum that directs the airflow. You got intake on either side and exhaust on the other side. Here's the intake, and you take off 4 screws to remove this plenum. And after you remove the 4 screws to remove that plenum piece of plastic, we can take a closer look of what's above it. Once I remove the plastic, you can see the insulation that divides the intake and the exhaust. The intake's on the left, the exhaust is on the right. All right, here I am removing that insulation so it won't get in the way when we're removing the air conditioner. And there's just one more thing we need to do before we can remove the air conditioner off the roof. There's 4 bolts on each corner of this frame that are holding the air conditioner to the roof. Here are the 4 bolts that hold the air conditioner to the roof. Now we're free to remove the air conditioner.
So on this Coleman mop, we got 4 Phillips head screws. That take the main cover off, and you want to be aware of the possibility of wasps, lizards, snakes, frogs, whatever. Yep, there's a dead frog in here. There is a dead frog in here. And there he is. All right. All right, here you see the main components for the control board right here. So here you have the plug and play. So if we're going to replace this unit, we keep this, as long as this is not functioning fine, we keep this, we unplug here and pull this out and take the whole unit off, and you don't even have to disconnect the DC because it's connected into this control board, so there's no hard wiring or disconnecting. Now you got to pull out your freeze sensor out of your coils. But other than that, I'm going to shimmy the air conditioner over a little bit and do the work. I'm going to try to lift it up and shimmy it this direction. I'm going to remove the staples because where this is folded down, it's stapled down in here. So I'm going to remove these staples here, and this is rotted. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's rotted there. So it looks like we'll be able to get enough by just going right to the edge of this opening and going to the truss. This is I'm going to have to clean up. It's dirty under there. Oh, I see some Ah, I see some holes right here. Here's the problem. Oh man, I gotta show you this. All right, these are the little holes I'm telling you about. I have never seen anything like it. It's right where the gasket ends. It's almost like it could be a beetle was trying to go to the RV AC unit, hit the wall, and drill the hole. But it's perfectly circular. It's like a drill bit. Here's a couple more. Look at that. Looks like another one under the gasket there. Wow. And if we keep going, there's another one over here. Right there. And then there's another one right there. Wow. So anyway, here's the opening, and I'm gonna cut, like I said, cut from the edge of the opening to the next truss, which is right here. Clean this up and do the same on this one. Follow the down to the edge and flip the whole thing back. I'm gonna go right here, not so far on this side. And there's our truss right there, a couple inches past. And go straight down. This doesn't have to be perfect. You just don't want to go off course too much. All the way to the edge. I'm going to stop right there. So the same thing on this side. You may want to measure or use a straight edge. Perfectly good. All right, we'll add the truss. There we go. All the way to the edge.
I like that tape that runs over from the sidewall onto the roof deck. It kind of smoothed out that transition from the square edge of the lumber, the deck. And then also you see that fabric material over the joint of two sheathing parts. I really like that. It kind of smoothed that transition out too. But I'm not a big fan of OSB decking. When the roofing is on it, you can see all the OSB kind of looks really rough, and I don't really like it. It doesn't make it a bad roof. It doesn't look sleek.
We can reuse this. Nothing wrong with this fabric. Yeah, we can reuse this when we put the roof back. Save that.
I came across this cool little cutting tool that Ryobi makes. It's kind of like a glorified rotary tool, but it's kind of set up, configured like a skill saw. So I use this all-purpose blade. It doesn't have any teeth in it. It's more like almost like a grinder blade, an abrasive blade, and it cuts the wood fine. It's good for small jobs, and that's why I bought it. So I have to drag an electrical cord on the roof with a big old skill saw. So it's nice. And as you can see, I took the piece of lumber that I had and covered up the opening of the hole so all the sawdust doesn't go down in the RV. And in case I drop something soon, it'll keep anything from falling down in the hole into the RV.
Now there's nothing between you and falling through the ceiling. So be advised, there's nothing here but insulation. This R reflective foil. You're gonna go through the paneling and destroy your roof, so don't walk in. I know, nobody's dumb enough to do that, right? Well, people forget, right? as a lifetime roofer, I've never went through a ceiling. I've had employees go through the ceiling, and I'm going to show you the wood that has been replaced. There you go. This is the brand new wood. As you can see, I'm standing on it. And actually, this new wood is a little stronger than the wood that exists. That. Alright, I don't know how this is going to work. I want to be over there, actually. I want to be a pull on it. Stretch it. So now I'm going to get the Eternal Bond. All right, here's the tape I'm going to use. It's called Eternal Bond roof leak repair tape. Really good stuff. Expensive. I think I paid $50 for this or $60 on Amazon, but it works great. And I use it in conjunction with lap sealing. Some people don't. You may not have to, but I do as a precautionary. And this stuff is super sticky. So be extra careful. That looks good, if I may say so myself. I may, because I'm here. So you don't have to see all this. You saw what I was doing. I'm gonna do the Eternal Bond around all this. All right, there it is. For the Eternal Bond is installed. I put some again around the opening because of those holes. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slide the air conditioner on the other side so I can do this last side with a little Eternal Bond. Clean it first, then put the Eternal Bond on it. All right, I got all the Eternal Bond tape on. And now I'm going to add some Dicor lap sealing. This is my trusty Ryobi power caulking gun, which I love. Absolutely love this thing. Works great. You can spin this around depending on your tip. You can change speeds. You can pull this in or out. It retracts when you should let off the trigger so it doesn't keep squirting out, as you can see. Very nice. Let's put the cover back on it. We're done up here. That's that. Here we are with the completed job. And with all the Dicor installed, the Eternal Bond installed with a little extra Dicor, and a little spot on my skylight was exposed to flange, and actually a couple of spots I went ahead and touched up. There was another skylight back here. It looked like there was a little crack in the Dicor, so I added a little there. So there you go. Now we're gonna go inside and finish the install on the inside. All right, now we are inside, and I'm here to check to make sure that we are centered and the gasket is not hanging over the edge of the opening. Everything's centered, and I already put these screws in. There's only 4 screws that go into the bottom of the air conditioner. So that's it right there. You see that hole right there where this long threaded screw goes into? It's a bolt basically, and there's 4 of them. So I already installed them. Pretty straightforward. 4 simple screws. That's the control board. And here's all the wires coming out of the RV going to the air conditioner. So now I got to install the inside area to distribute the air, to divide the intake and the exhaust from each other. So we're gonna do that now. All right, here's my divider that divides the intake and exhaust. So we're gonna put that back up in there. And there's a couple ways you can do it. You can put it at an angle first and then pivot it in. You can try to slide it straight up and in. Either way, you wanna make sure you got airtight seal on all 3 sides here. All right, here is our next piece that goes in. See that groove right there? That groove goes right where the divider is, up in the ceiling to divide the 2 sections. It's gonna go on like that. It is installed. Next up is the final panel to which you attach the filters to. It goes right up in here. So pretty straightforward. 4 screw holes right there. Line it up, install it, and screw it in. There it is installed. Next up is the filters. There we go. Install the grate covers over both sides and you're done. We're all done. The air conditioner's running, doing what it's supposed to do. All right, there you have it. All completed. Hope you enjoyed this content. If you got any value from this content, please give me a thumbs up. Leave your comments, what I did wrong, what you liked about what I did, and what you didn't like. Either way, I'm not a veteran of years and years of RV repairs. I'm a new RV tech. Started about 3 years ago doing it part-time. So I have so much more to learn. I appreciate you watching. Again, share this video with a friend. It'll help my algorithm. More views, the better it is. And I hope you enjoyed this content and learned something. Thanks for watching RC1 Mobile RV Services. We'll see you on the next one.
Hi, this is Ricky Brand. You're watching RV Weekends on YouTube. You're watching RV Weekends on this way. On YouTube.